Hello friends, welcome to Code Sutra. Let's solve LeetCode problem number 863, all nodes distance k in a binary tree. In this problem, we are given a binary tree and we are given a target node. We are not given the target value, but we are given the target node itself. Then we are given a value of k, which means that we need to find all the values from the target node which are at a distance of k. For example, from this node of 5, what are the directions that we can travel? We can either go left, or we can go right, or we can go to the parent or on top. So we have to find all the nodes that have a distance of 2. For example, 7 has a distance of 2. Why? 1, 2. Again, 4 has a distance of 2. 1, 2. Similarly, 3, and we can come to 1. So what is the answer in this case? We have to return an array list where 7, 4 and 1 is our answer, and this can be in any given order. So that is the problem statement. Let's dive into the solution. We will be diving into the solution step by step. I will be discussing the intuition throughout. There are 3 stages to the problem, but the prerequisite to this problem is you should be aware of both BFS and as well as DFS algorithms. If you are not familiar with this algorithm, please do consider going through this algorithms and only then try to attempt this problem. Okay, so we discussed that the first thing is it should go from this cell to the parent cell. Do we have any track of this in a binary tree? No, right? So the first and the must thing is we should have a track to parent cell, parents track. This is a must, right? If you want to travel on top and we don't have a path, there should be some data structure which we will utilize to store this. That is, which says 5 parents is 3, 2's parents is 5, 7 parents is 2. Somebody has to tell us this, right? Which is not told by the binary tree. So the first thing that we'll be doing is mark every node's parent. How will we do this? We will first have a hash map which will have an integer and a tree node, which means we will just have 5. And who is the parent of 5? The parent of 5 is node 3. Remember, we are having the entire node here. We are not just having the node value. So 5's parent is 3. Similarly, who is 2's parent? 2's parent is 7. So this is how we will be storing in the hash map. So this is the first thing. But how do we go about this? That I will discuss. So we will be doing a DFS approach, which will have 2 variables. One is it will take the node itself, that is the first thing, and it will take the parent node. And if the parent node is null, when is the case then the parent node is null? It is in the first case, that is the root node. When the parent is null, what we will do? We will not do anything and we will just go for the left node and the right node. If both of them, if left node is not equal to null, what we will be doing? We will be calling the same operation of DFS for the left node, but in this case, the parent node is the current node. Why? Because say for example, we are at 5 and it has 2 children. One is 6 and one is 7. What we are doing is do the DFS of this node. Do the same operation on this subtree. But remember that 5 is the parent. That is what we are doing. What happens here is we are associating. If there is a parent node, we are associating that particular node value with that parent. For example, 5 is associated with its parent node, that is 3. Similarly, 6 will get associated to its parent node, that is 5. So that is happening in the first stage. This is the step 1 of the problem, that is each node know who its parent is. So we are done with the first step. Now, once we know this, we have to do traversal, right? That is, we have to go in all the 3 directions and we have to find all the nodes that are at a distance k. That is, let's take k is equal to 2, a very easy example. Now, it is very easy to travel on the left side and easy to travel on the right side. But the trick part comes when you have to travel up. But the trick is gone. Why? Because we know each node's parent cell also. Now, which traversal to use is the next part. Should we use BFS or should we use DFS? See, BFS approach is straightforward here because whenever there is a distance, it is more appropriate to consider BFS traversal. What is BFS traversal? We will be traveling the neighbors. For example, this is the target node. We will be traveling all the neighbors. First, we will go to 6, 2 and 3. We have covered all the nodes that are at a distance of k is equal to 1, which are 6, 2, and 3. Now the trick part comes. We are at 3. The thing is, we should never come back to 5. And we are at 2. We should never come back to 5. So we will have an hash set which will keep track of all the visited nodes. So this will keep track of all the visited nodes. So we will not be revisiting. But the thing is, when you are at any given node, there are 3 directions and you will be visiting all the 3. And once you have marked this, the next stage is, again you will be doing the same thing. From 6, which are the paths that are available? There is no path available. The only path is 5, but it's not a valid path because we have already visited. From 2, which are the paths that we have? 1 is 7, 1 is 4, and 1 is 5, which is already visited. But from 5, we have one more option, that is, from 3 we have one more option, that is 1. So this will be our answer. So if you look here, what did we do? We did BFS traversal, and this is the template for BFS travel. Even if you don't know this approach, first thing what we will do is, we will have a queue data structure. Why are we even having a queue data structure? Is because just like you saw here, we added all its neighbor first. That is what we will be doing. We are going to add all its neighbor. First thing we are going to do is, we are going to get the size of the queue. That is, there are 3 elements. If you look here, there are 3 elements in the first stage, and we are going to get the neighbors of all those 3 elements. That is what we will be doing. The first step is, we will be initiating a queue, then we will be having a hash set, and our initial distance is equal to 0. First thing is, we will be adding target, that is our node 5 to the queue. Let's write a queue, and we have added 5 to the queue, and our visited array also contains 5. Visited hash set also contains 5. That is, we are visited this. Now, while the queue is not empty, this is one slight variation that comes. That is, we will get the size of the current queue. What is the size? The current queue is 1. So what we will be doing is, we will iterate over all the elements present in the queue, and we will add all its neighbors. So we will remove 5. And what are the 3 neighbors of 5? The 3 neighbors of 5 are 6, 2 and 3. So we will be adding all the 3 to the queue. 6, 2 and 3. Now what we will be doing? We will be increasing the distance by 1. How are we adding this? But there is a case. How are we adding this? It is 2 simple things. That is, it should not be equal to null, and it should also not be already visited. Those are the only 2 conditions. Similarly goes for the right thing, but for the parent thing, it should have a parent. That is the thing. Why? Because the root node itself may not have a parent, right? So that is the first check. We are checking if the hash map has this value. For example, if it is 3, it doesn't have this value and it will fail. So we are checking if there is this key in the hash map. If there is, what we will do? We will check. If it is not visited, then we will add it to the visited, and we will add it to the queue. Finally, what we will be doing is, we will be increasing the distance. In the second stage, we will be doing the same operation. We will be removing all the 3 nodes, and we will be adding all the nodes that have are one more distance from this, 7, 4 and 1. Finally, you will come out of the loop. Why? Because d is equal to 2. We have already reached the distance. Now comes the third stage of the problem, when we have reached d is equal to 2. So if you look here, is the queue empty now? No, the queue is not empty, right? We still have all the elements that are left, which are at a distance of 2. So what we will be doing? We will be just having an answer of list, and we will be adding all the elements. We will remove all the elements from the queue, and we will be adding all the elements. Finally, we will be returning the answer. See, this might be a tricky level problem, but there are very similar problems. All of these both are medium level problems, and these are difficult level problems. This 4 problems have a similar approach to this problem. If you want to discuss anything about this problem, or if you have any doubts, we have a dedicated Telegram group for that. I have mentioned the link in the description. Please do consider joining the Telegram group. Let's dive into the coding part. The first approach, that is, we are marking the parents. We are creating a parent hash map, and what we are doing is, we are marking all of its parents, as we discussed in the first approach. That is, this particular thing is straightforward. The second thing, once we are done with marking all its parents, what we will be doing is, we will be initiating a queue and adding the target node to it. See, we are not adding the target value, but the node itself here, and we are marking the distance as 0, and we have a hash set dedicated to the visited. Then As discussed, we'll be doing this operation where we'll check if the left node is not null and it is not visited. Same goes for the right node. The only difference part is the parent node, and we'll be doing that. Finally, this is stage 3, that is step 3, where we'll be removing all the elements from the queue and adding it to the answer. Finally, we'll be returning the answer. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe.